Welcome back. Well, the reason why I said welcome back, because I done literally just recorded a whole video for like 30 minutes on you. Welcome to Mercury Retrograde. I'm the Conjurer, and I'm here to teach you what the heck Mercury is, what retrograde is, and how we working them together in our lives. So yes, Mercury Retrograde started yesterday on May 10th. Today is May 11th, so we're like 2 days into the actual meat of the retrograde season, and it's gonna last till June 3rd. So I'm gonna break this video down in a few segments. I can't remember how many segments I have. I want to say I have like 4 segments. And the first one I'm gonna start off with is what is a retrograde. So a retrograde is pretty much any time when the planets, it can be Mercury, it can be Mars, it can be Pluto, it can be Venus, any one of the celestial bodies. They'll go into a period where the planet has slowed down from its regular rate of speed, and all of its energy that it emits, I got a little excited. All of its energy that it emits, it is intensified. Now, the Latin term for retrograde is literally to take a step back. And that's literally what the planets are doing. They're taking a step back in order for you to analyze your life and whatever that planet's respective theme is. The analogy I would like to make is like going to the doctor. Right? You go to the doctor and you're like, hey, well, look, what's wrong with me? And they like, oh, you sick? Oh, you got the flu? Oh, you got an STD? You got gonorrhea? And the retrograde is a period of time of healing, a period of time of fixing and repairing and revitalizing and replanning and redoing what you have not been keeping up with when that particular planet was direct. That's literally all it is. The next thing I'm here to talk about is the shadow. So if you've been paying attention to any type of retrograde, whether mostly Mercury, that's who gets the most attention, is little Mercury. Or right now Pluto is in retrograde. It started retrograding towards the end of April. I want to say it was either 26th or 29th. I can't remember the exact date. And it's going to retrograde up until October, sometime October. So a shadow phase is pretty much the time, the 2 weeks, especially for Mercury, the 2 weeks or the few weeks or the few months before it actually retrogrades. So you have a pre-shadow phase and a post-shadow phase. For my people that's good with English, if you're not, that's fine. I mean, no judgment. Not judgment, but pre means before and post means after. So during the pre-retrograde, so I'm trying to have this with sign. It's not hot in here, I just get a little nervous. So the pre-shadow phase period, especially for Mercury, is 2 weeks prior. So its shadow phase, I want to say it started like the 15th or something like that. Oh no. It started on the 26th. Yeah, I think its shadow phase started on the 26th. So during that time is when the planet is still going in its direct path, but it's slowing down a little bit, And the pre-shadow phase is literally whatever that planet's theme is starting to show up. It's like when you get, like the analogy, when you're getting sick, when your throat starting to scratch, you start getting a little headache, your body get a little fatigued and weak, you about to get sick. You coming down with something, you don't know what it is, but it coming. That's the same thing with the pre-shadow phase. It's literally a period of time where that planet say, hey, you might need to work on this might come up, or it may not even be really much of anything. For some people, they go through horrible retrogrades because when the planet was direct, they was not doing what they was supposed to do in their divine order. They was not listening. They was like, ooh, I'm a party all night. I'm gonna get no sleep. I'm gonna just do it. And then when it started retrograding or reverse cowgirling, baby, you was in for a rude ass awakening or rude ass healing. Like if the doctor prescribed you some type of medication, you may have to take it for only 3 days. You may have to take it for 7 days. For some of you motherfuckers, y'all might have to take it for the rest of your life. And this is no judgment. rest of your life or just for a few months. That's all it is. Is the planet is giving you medicine so you can work with me better. So y'all can have this better relationship between the two, you, 3, 4, whatever planets you like to fuck with. Oh, I'm mixed with, duck with, whatever term you want to use. The next part of the shadow phase is the post-shadow phase. Now the post-shadow phase is the time after. For Mercury, it's 2 weeks. After Mercury goes in retrograde for 3 weeks, there's a 2-week post-shadow phase. And that's essentially whatever went wrong or didn't go wrong, whatever you planned up, said I'm going to change and I'm going to do different, that's when you start implementing it. That's when you put it into action. You like, you know what? Excuse me. You know what? That relationship ain't working for me and I figured that out. I'ma just leave it alone. Put that plan into action. Or when you go to the doctor and the doctor's like, you gotta take this medicine, you gotta start it on this day, then when you start it. So when the plan goes direct again, baby, you cleared up and you ready to tackle the next few months that planet, the next few months that planet is in direct. It was another point I wanted to bring up, but it kind of slipped my mind. But regardless, that is what the post retrograde phase is. If you wanted to take a little step further, what the planet is doing, so when it hits the post phase, it's literally picking back up speed, but it's going to go back through the degrees that it went through during that 3-week retrograde phase. And that post phase is going to end once it goes back to that original degree point when Mercury went into retrograde, or if, say for instance, Pluto goes into retrograde. Because Pluto started sometime at the end of April, and it's going to go, or if it wasn't the end of April, it was in early of May. It's going to last all the way into October. That's its retrograde phase. It's like a 5 or 6 month retrograde phase. Then its post phase after that is about 3 months. It's going to be from October to January. So yeah, for Pluto retrograde, we got a lot more time, a lot more surface area to cover, and a lot more healing to deal with in that aspect. So the next part of this segment, we're going to talk about the themes of Mercury, or what Mercury governs. I'm going to read the list that I have, and I'm going to post this information along with the video. So for some of my people that like to read, some of my people that like to listen, so some of my people that like to do both, regardless. Me and my member, we be tussling. So I'm going to read this list that I came up with, but jot it down. Mercury covers many things within our daily lives. Mercury deals with business, communication, writing, siblings, media, ideas, transactions, contracts, technology, deception, flexibility, healing, insight, data collection, opinions, knowledge, learning, short distance travel, magic, memory, music, poetry, protection, speed, theft, trickery, movement, divine messages. And I'm gonna break divine messages down just a little bit. So, and I talked about this in the first video I recorded that didn't have the sound. With the divine messages. So with the planet Mercury itself, if you paid attention to Greek mythology in school or in college, I hope in college you're paying for it. Mercury was considered the messenger God, the messenger between gods, between the heavens and the earth. So he had to be a little quick. That's why, I'm going to get to that point. Mercury rules speed. Because baby, if you the messenger between heaven and earth, you might be a little quick. It goes back to the data collection. Mercury is strictly just taking the information and go. He ain't finna sit here and process it. He is not finna sit here and dissect it. He's not finna interpret it. He's just gonna give it to you. Here you go. I don't know what you're gonna do with it. Have fun. So, for my people that deal with like divination practices, whether it's tarot, whether you're a medium, you're dealing with their psychic gifts, that covers Mercury. So yeah, divine messages, practicality, reasoning, intelligence, speed, coordination, thought process. So this is kind of why I like when Mercury come around, everybody be talking about it. Cause for one, Mercury deals with communication, it deals with technology, it deals with contracts, it deals with writing, it deals with a lot of shit. It deals with a lot of shit. That's why people be like, oh my God, Mercury Retrograde. That's why I need so much attention. Cause lo and behold, Mercury just all over the place. He here, there, everywhere. If we want to be here, there, everywhere, he everywhere, honey. And so when he get to retrograde, baby, he just shaking the table. He just like, you know what? Look at these bitches. I get on my motherfucking nerves. I'm taking a break, taking a vacation. I'm actually sick. You bitches are sick because you don't have to be with me. That's literally why people talk about retrograde so much, and it's so much information on Mercury retrograde, because he rules writing, technology, all this information. He rules information, knowledge, wisdom. So it's funny how he's just forefront. You know, I don't even think he cares to be forefront. He's just there because he cover a lot of shit. That's all. So that's why it's kind of like Mercury is important. People want to be like, I don't fool with that astrology. I don't fool with that Mercury retrograde. Well, you must be mute and slow. And even if you're slow, no offense, you still gotta think. He ruled thought. Boom. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next thing. So this brings me to my next segment. My next point is how Mercury, especially when it's in retrograde or just in general, how it is so engrossed in people, places, and things. So here's my example. When you wake up in the morning, what do? Here's 1, 2, 3 things that you gonna do. You gonna think a thought. And that thought might be like, damn, I gotta get up for work. Damn, I gotta feed this baby. Damn, I gotta feed. Damn, I'm hungry. Damn, I need to smoke. Damn, I need to make this money. Damn, I'm tired. Damn, I ain't getting enough sleep. Damn, that alarm going off. Who the hell just woke me up? Oh my gosh. Panic. You're thinking a thought. Mercury rules thought. It rules your mind. Then if you ain't thinking, you finna move. It rules movement. You finna get up and go to the bathroom. You finna get up, get you something to eat. You finna get up, smoke a blunt. You finna get up. You might be late for work. You finna run out straight out the house. You might go, get a little frisky with whoever you with. Get them the kids, whatever. You finna do something. You finna move. You finna get up. So that's one aspect where Mercury kind of plays into our life. So it rules technology. The word, if you know the definition of technology, it's not just simple like your laptop or a TV. It can be something as simple as a pencil. Every pencil you get, break. Pencil is technically a form of technology. So any aspect of technology will definitely be influenced by Mercury. School, learning. When you sitting in school, learning something. This technically is a form of mercurial energy because I'm relaying information to you, knowledge from my own mind, conveying it to you through a phone, through wherever you watch it from. Boom, mercurial energy. Boom. That's why this is my second time recording this goddamn video. And this is why I'm flying through it, because the last one was 40. I'm in 15 and I'm almost done. So, boom. That's how Mercury kind of governs a lot of aspects in our life. Here's another example. You be like, okay, that little work. You run a business. When you walk up in that business, what you gotta do? Whether you the customer or the person who brings somebody up, you talking to them, you gonna wave at them. You gonna say, hey, how you doing? You gonna advertise to them. You gonna communicate something, and then it rules transactions. Y'all finna transact something. Y'all finna get money, swipe a card. You finna do trade to trade. Like I trade 3 pieces of fruit for a reading. Whatever the case may be, that's still a form of transaction. Or you wanna bring it back to the technology. The register itself can start malfunctioning, just glitching. Don't even want to say card. It's up. That's a simple mercurial aspect that when retrograde, oh gosh, I'm sweating so much. When Mercury goes into retrograde, that can be affected or influenced. Videos, like if you're making videos, we live in day and age, TikTok, Facebook, you make a video on Facebook, it don't load. Or Facebook don't load. Or you post a video, they don't see it. I hope y'all see this video. I'm gonna be able to see it if y'all don't. So this video is time to back up your information, save it, check it, make sure you running through your technical checks. And I did run through my check. I said, let me make sure this mic on. I don't know, maybe I didn't, maybe it wasn't really on. Maybe I pressed the button again. I don't know. But I know one thing. Well, I'm gonna get this information out to y'all. Just hopefully. Shit. So another issue that comes up is relationships. If Mercury Retrograde, one thing I know that your ex gonna come back. The reason why your ex gonna come back is because you have not been taking the measurements, the steps to remove that toxic energy out of your life. Now, we gotta be realistic, especially me, because I'm single with no kids, ain't never been married, none of that. So if I cut somebody off, I'm cutting them off and I'm finna move the hell on. I ain't got that. I don't take it. For some people, y'all got kids with them, y'all in a marriage, y'all divorced, you can't just cut their ass. You wish you was in my shoes. I know. I'm not here to brag, but you can't cut them off. You gotta deal with their ass. Unfortunately. And so in a way, that person may come back, revisit old ideas, old memories, old past connections. They just come back. And this is the time Mercury is putting you to the test to see if you gonna pass it. See if you still gonna deal with that old energy that's toxic, that's not healthy for you. It may not even be toxic. You might not be in a situation where they did you wrong, did this to you, cheated on you, lied to you, had a baby on you, whatever the case may be. It just may be simply, y'all need to work on y'all communication. Because Mercury rules communication. You may need to learn how to be able to talk to them. They might have pissed you the fuck off. Even if it's just even if your anger, if your feelings are valid, you still have, if you're watching this, if you're an adult, you still have to be able to communicate in a proper way. If you're a child, like a teenager, a kid, I mean, it still applies. But you still need to be able to communicate effectively. If you are a child watching this, if you're like 7, you're a genius. And so I'm pretty sure you can understand what I'm saying. So therefore, be able to communicate properly. If I can tell my 7-year-old self, stand up for yourself. Say, I'm hurt. But this ain't the point. Anyways, so yeah, that's another aspect of relationships. And it may not just be romantic. It can be platonic, like friendships. It can be family relationships. It can be business relationships. So how have y'all been communicating? How have y'all been executing plans and going? This is the time to sit down and be like, okay, what have we been doing wrong? What have I been doing wrong? So we can work, we can make this flow better for us. If it's not a positive, if you want to make it work. If you don't want to make it work, just cut the ass out your life. And then, process them thoughts and move the hell on. Move the hell on. Don't worry about it. So yeah, that's why a lot of times people, they want to focus on love, because people just love focusing on love, sex, and power. Them 3 things humans just love focusing on. So of course, love would be the highlight, or sex would be the highlight of a lot of astrological energy, which sucks. But I mean, it doesn't suck. It's just there are other things that we can focus on other than sex and love. What about your emotions? Because maybe that's why you keep dealing with the wrong person and being in situations. But I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to bring up some points that you might want to address. So I got a list of questions that I want to present to my viewers, because I'm all about giving you information, showing you how you can use it practically in your life, especially a lot of things that I deal with esoterically or occult information. It can be very woo-hoo, but I want to make it where it's not just you hear what I'm saying, but you not only understand, you learn from it and see how you can apply this and take this information and make it work in your life. So these questions may not be dealing with anything in your life, but I wanted to force some type of thought pattern to be like, okay, let me be retrospective, because retrogrades is the time to be in retrospect, to really think and be like, okay, what can I fix? What can I change? What can I make better? What can I improve on? What can I heal? So I'm gonna read these questions to you, and they're gonna be in my little post where I post this. So, was that relationship toxic in nature, or were they beneficial towards reaching a goal you set for yourself? Have you adequately communicated your wants, needs, and desires to yourself and those around you in a healthy manner? What about your healing journey? Have you been keeping up your health regimen? Have you been sticking to your New Year's resolution? Have you been honoring yourself to keep you mentally, spiritually, and emotionally in check? Have you been enforcing those boundaries? And let me kind of break that question down just a little bit. So what I mean by that is like, okay, have you been making sure that you're emotionally sound? Have you been making sure that you're spiritually in check? Have you been making sure that you're mentally at tip-top shape? If you have you been enforcing that with yourself, being consistent? Have you been making sure that people around you understand those boundaries that you set for yourself? That's what I mean. And what are your opinions on the world around you? Do those opinions foster healthy change within your life and those around you? So let me explain that question a little bit. So the opinion aspect, we have a lot going on. We got high inflation, we got a woe, we got Roe vs. Wade, we got them challenging education rights, we got elections going on or whatever, if you care about that aspect. We got climate change. We have we have spiritual warfare. We have so much going on right now. So like, got a little greasy lip, look like a little chicken leg, got a clean lip. How have your opinions? Like, what are your opinions on that? What are your thoughts about that? How, and whatever you're thinking, how is that gonna create, what is that gonna do to you? Is that gonna put you in a negative space? It's gonna put you in a positive space. If it's putting you in a negative space, then you need to find a way to fix that so you can change your perspective and your narrative of how you view those situations so they don't affect you in such a negative way. Because a lot of stuff that we're going through are very like crazy times. So we just came out of COVID. Well, we ain't really out of COVID, but we just in and out of COVID. And it's like, then we got these high prices, this housing market, rent, like groceries, gas. Like, is this weighing on you mentally? Like I said, Mercury rules mental. Is it bothering you? Is it getting you in a space where you like, oh my God, what's your opinion on it? And then how is other people's world opinions about it? How is it correlated to you? So those are important questions to kind of ask yourself, to kind of gauge, like, am I really in a good state, healthy state of mind? Because a lot of people, want to make fun, like, of Mercury Retrograde, which is fine, it's cool. But on a serious note, Mercury Retrograde ain't here just to cause craziness, just to cause it for the fun of it. It's here to fix some stuff. It's the rule of healing. It wants you to get to a point where it's like, okay, you ain't tripping every time I come around. Because some of y'all hoes be tripping and I don't really understand why. It's like when you, back to the doctor and human analogy. When you go to the doctor, they tell you, I'm going to prescribe these prescriptions to you. Are you going to take them? Because if you ain't going to take them, baby, we're going to be in the same. You're going to be right back. You might even not come back to me. You're just going to have this ailment. It's going to get worse. And sometimes you can't cure it. You might get to the point where you can't cure it. So don't be in a situation spiritually where you're not curing yourself, where you're not taking your cosmic medicine that you need. That's the best. Cosmic medicine. You gotta take your herbal medicine. You won't take your cosmic medicine. That's all that's saying. That's all Mercury just wants you to get back on track so you can do what the hell you need. You then came to this earth to do. Alright, so the next segment that we're going to discuss is the energy or the signs or the sign that Mercury will be in. Mercury will be in Gemini. Gemini in the 10th house. For my people that's not really well versed in astrology, You probably like, girl, 10th house. You call me a Gemini, but 10th house. For people that's well versed in it, y'all know what that means. It's time. Because, okay, so Gemini itself is ruled by Mercury. That's the ruler. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. So a lot of these things that I mentioned what Mercury is, Gemini gonna cover it. Gemini covers knowledge. Cause I'm sorry, my cat is like trying to drink my drink. You can't get wild and loose. So Gemini rules knowledge, mind, and communication. Strong on it. You talk to a Gemini, baby, they know what to say. They is flirtatious. They communicate well. They're very intelligent. They're very witty. Good conversationalists. Very smart. Very intelligent. But hi girls. Hi. But Gemini energy is very mutable. What mutable means, especially within astrology, it means that you're adaptable. Let's go to the definition. Mutable means adaptable. You're able to change, move with the flow. So, for my people who are their sun sign, their rising, their moon, or any placements within their natal chart, if you know your birth chart, I'm very lost my train of thought. If you're ruled by Gemini or even Virgo, since we are in Mercury Retrograde, you'll be kind of influenced by this. Well, not kind of be, you'll be heavily influenced, but it'll probably be a little bit of an easier breeze for you because you deal with these themes. This is you, this is your realm, this is what you kind of cover, this is what you kind of govern. So whatever issues that do fall apart in your life, you'll be able to address them a little bit quicker, and especially since we're in the Gemini energy, it's adaptive. You'll be able to get it, pick it up, and get the hell on. You just be flow the hell on, move about your day. So, yeah. So with the 10th house, let's break down the 10th house energy. So 10th house deals with fame, public image, career, fathers, legacy, government rules, prestige, honors, promotions, discipline. So any of those things can be hit. So for example, let's kind of break this a little bit down further. So with Mercury in retrograde in Gemini in the 10th house, you may want to kind of review, revise, edit, fix, work on issues dealing with your career. Let's say you just graduated. Congratulations for all my college graduates, high school graduates. College or high school graduates. Like, this is the time where you gotta think about where you want to go in life. What's the next step after this? For my high schoolers, y'all high school, so y'all probably just picked a college and went about your day. Maybe you've already planned out. You got accepted. You got your college acceptance letters. You got your scholarships. You ready, gone out the door. Take this a moment just to make sure this is what you want to do. And the courses you pick is what you want to do. For my college people, y'all graduate, y'all move to the workforce. You should already got your stuff lined up. By the time you hit about senior year, you should already be in something. And if you haven't, because I understand sometimes it doesn't work out like that, this is the perfect time to sit down and plan out. And especially once that post retrograde hits or post shadow phase hits, you execute. You start calling them companies and applying for jobs and doing what you gotta do to get paid and get that money, get that moolah. Or if you want to get into the sector of like media, or you want to be famous or whatever, because 10th house rule your fame as well. This is the perfect time to plan out something, get something under the works, reach out to, networks or whoever you need to talk to get yourself in the spotlight. Or if you're on social media, if you make videos and podcasts and stuff, you need to be sitting down getting your content together. You need to be doing the research. You need to be recording. You need to be this is the time where you really need to put in that extra work. I don't say extra work, or extra work, or fix certain things to help you with your fame. For some people that's been doing the work, you like, where is my time? This might be the time you might pop off in Mercury retrograde, since it is in the 10th house. So those are, and another aspect for excessive rules fathers or fatherhood, for my fathers out there. Go looking at me like, girl, don't claim fatherhood. Okay. For my people that are fathers out there, like I mentioned, paying attention in the video, Mercury rules communication, writing, how you talk to people. So if your kid hasn't been really listening to you, or you feel like you and your kids tussling, wrestling, fighting, this may be the perfect time to think about how you can convey your message better, how you can talk to them better. Or if you have issues with your own daddy, your own father, this is where every time talk to them or think about how you have been communicating to them. Let's see. Discipline. Since 10th house rules discipline. Discipline can take you so far. If you discipline yourself with eating better, working on your budget, or your spending budget. If you're working on disciplining yourself and making sure you stick to a particular regimen or schedule. Like say you work on social media, you gotta pop out content. Are you sticking to that schedule? Are you sticking to being consistent? So yeah, these are some of the things that are going to rear up for people during this Mercury retrograde. So yeah, another thing about Mercury retrograde, this is the time to really pay attention to any documents, any papers you're signing, anything that deals with something written up and you gotta sign. You might need to look at it real thoroughly, clear and concise, and making sure everything that is working for you. You're not getting duped. You're not getting gypped. If you got to get a car, I wouldn't advise getting a car during Mercury retrograde. But if you have to, if you got to, make sure you review that contract. Make sure you ain't letting the salesperson talk to you smooth. You might be better at going online. If you do go online, take your time. Don't be in a rush, because Mercury rules technology. Might be a glitch. Now, I will say during Mercury retrograde, you might see lower prices, discounted prices more during Mercury retrograde, which makes it a little tempting. But you gotta kind of see, okay, it might be cheap, but it comes with a hefty, you gotta pay a lot, or something wrong with it. So this is why it's the perfect time to really pay attention during this season with what you're spending your money on, and even starting new projects. If it's something new, and I mean new, you just came up with an idea last night, you was like, oh, I'm gonna sell this ass. I'm not gonna judge you want to sell some little coochie on the corner. If this your first time, don't do it now. Wait till June 4th. Sell that coochie then, but don't sell it right now. If it's something if you already been selling coochie, and I hate to use this analogy, but if that's what came to my mind, and no, I'm not selling coochie, but if you've already been selling coochie, you might need to think of a better way to hustle up your money, or how to talk to these, how you gonna romance these niggas. Ain't gonna talk from get the money. Think of a better way. Since it's in the 10th house, you might want to take it to OnlyFans. You might want to go on a big screen. You might want to do porn industry. Look. See how this working? This might be the time. Now you pop it, and get a little fun. So, and excuse that noise. I don't know what it is. My neighbors are being a little noisy. But yeah, so this is kind of how the energy is kind of gonna show up in a lot of people's lives. I pray that I covered everything. This is the second time I did this video, so I'm pretty sure some things that I didn't really say that didn't really convey in this video. But like I said, I'm gonna post what I wrote wherever I post this. I'm gonna post this. So I'm gonna give you 3 or 4 questions because I love to teach people. I love to give people information, but I am a thinker. And I want you to think. I want you to see how you can implement what I've taught you in your life. Even if these questions don't apply, I want you to still be in a thought pattern. I want you to get kind of thinking like, these are good questions. These questions might spark something for you, okay? And these questions are going to cover, I felt like 3 or 4 major themes that that may pop up during this Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is for 3 weeks. The bulk of it is for 3 weeks. So let's see how we gonna work this one. So the first question is, how do you allow other people's opinions to alter your perception of yourself? Have you been using your natural or degree earned gifts to put you in a happier and financially feasible position? Have you been sticking to the plans and projects you started earlier this year? What will you do to change the behaviors to get a better outcome? So those are the questions. I don't know if they are for you. Maybe, I don't know, you might be boom. Laws of facts. I just want you to be able to take this information that you learn, that you listen to, however you kind of got this, and to be able to take that medicine from Mercury or Pluto or Venus or whatever time you get Mercury retrograde to pop up in your life, or any retrograde pop up, to be like, okay, how can I implement this energy in my life? How can I make a better, so I can make my life easier? Because the Mercury just trying to tell you, I'm trying to make your life easier. So I'm speed. We want to get through it. The Mercury just want to get through it with you. That's all I'm trying to do. So I enjoyed sharing this information with you. Wherever I post this, please like, comment, heart, share, engage, help girl out. If you like it, please share it. Share with your nearest friend. Turn it to your neighbor. Share it with them. Please. I love y'all. Bye.